We are in Kenora, Ontario, and although it looks like there is a virtual background behind us, this is real. This is unbelievable. We're at Brownstone Estates, and Kim Leduc is our special guest today. Kim is an influencer here in Kenora. And what's your address? Your at?
My handle?
Yes, your handle.
It's Kim Does 807.
Okay.
I wanted, because we're in Kenora, I wanted it to be Kim Does Kenora, but I thought it'd be a little bit too much like Debbie Does Dallas. Right? So I
wasn't going to say anything.
So whichever, but it's 807. I kind of cover what's happening in Kenora, Dryden, Vermilion Bay, surrounding areas.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's a lot of fun.
It's a beautiful area out here. Like, this is absolutely incredible. We had a ton of fun today. We went on the ice road, which just seems like a general bad idea. How long, how much of the year are people driving on the ice road?
I'm going to say at least 5 months, 4 to 5 months, depending.
All right. And really, like, people rely on this because people live on islands.
100%. Right beside Kenora, there's the little Coney Island, a lot of residents there. They can either, when it's winter, they either get there by driving on the ice road or there's a little Coney footbridge. I'm not kidding you. So they take that footbridge and then they walk over to the grocery store. They haul all their groceries up to the footbridge, this or that. Or if they really want, they could just drive.
All right. So
it's intimidating because we went at first. It was a little intimidating, but once you're there.
Yeah, it's fine once you're out there and realize how thick the ice is. Once we drilled the hole to ice fish, that's when I felt comfortable. I'm like, oh, it's like 4 feet deep. It's fine. Before that, a little bit of nerves happening. Mm-hmm. But that was fun. Then we went to the ski hill in town.
Mount Evergreen ski hill.
Mount Evergreen.
Yeah. I've never tubed there. We did some tubing.
Yeah.
And I've never tubed there before. But
that's my recommendation for everyone. Like, I mean, you can ski and snowboard if you're able, but the tubing is where it's at. That was a blast.
The hill looked a little bigger than it actually was.
Yeah.
The worst part about the entire experience was having to walk up there. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but I feel like you had a more difficult time than I did.
I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, let's talk about you a little bit. How long have you been doing this the influencer thing for here in Kenora?
I am coming on 4 months.
And what was your career before then?
I was born and raised here in Kenora.
Yeah.
And did some education in Winnipeg for a while. Moved back to Kenora in 2017, where I was hired by a local radio station where I was doing middays, and then I did afternoons, and then mornings, and then afternoons, then back to mornings. So I did that for about 7-8 years. And it was just time for my radio career to come to an end, you know?
Yeah. And
a friend reached out and said, hey, we have this cool opportunity for you to do this influencer an influencer gig. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. It would be the exact same thing of what I did on the radio, because I did enjoy the job, but it would just be a different medium. So I still get to feature feel good stories, local events, or anything happening in the region. But now you just get to see my face. And I've been having a lot of fun with it, honestly. I've been meeting a lot of people.
Yeah.
I get to sleep in. I was doing the morning show, right? So I was up at 3:30 in the morning every single day.
I feel your pain on that one.
Right? Yeah. So it's really nice to not have to set an alarm. That's a big plus. But really, it's a big thing of creative freedom. And that goes so far.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what does your typical day look like now?
Well, I sleep until about noon. No, I don't. Gosh, no. A good start to my day is my coffee and my research, just trying to see what is happening in our region. A lot of meetings with Ashley. She's my marketing person. She's a beast. She's amazing. She has me busy all the time. Going out, and whether it's the ice road or just any kind of adventure, filming, having fun. A big part of where I'm still learning is the editing process. I find that the editing takes me quite a long time. So a big chunk of my day is editing, as well as posting to social media, maybe TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But yeah, that's kind of a typical day, but there's so much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Than what there's so much work to put into maybe a 20-second to a minute long clip. The work that actually takes to do that, it doesn't just happen like that. And, but we'll just keep the magic to ourselves.
Yeah, no, there's definitely behind the scenes work and trying to get the editing and stuff done. Do you enjoy that part of it?
Oh, 100%. It's challenging at first, but I'm learning my new tips and tricks and stuff like that. So I definitely enjoy it.
Perfect. So this is like are you enjoying this more than radio then? That's what you're
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Other than just the more sleep?
No. Yeah, no, lots of fun. Obviously met a lot of people in my radio career, but I think that transition to social media influencer is something where I can grow a lot bigger than what my opportunities were with radio here in Kenora.
Yeah. So you said you're born and raised in Kenora.
Yes.
What's your selling point for people to come visit here?
Fishing, whether it be in a boat or on the ice.
Love it.
It's all I do. I mean, on my personal Facebook or Instagram, you look at that, every second photo is fish. Is fish. Yes.
You have like a shack out there?
Yes.
You have like an ice fishing shack?
Yeah. Over on Darlington Bay. What's really cool about the ice fishing shacks is that you're warm. You're warm. And I did a post a few days ago. I said, you know what? You're from Northwestern Ontario when 1970s camping trailers become a very hot commodity. So I did that. So my dad, it's not mine personally. I'm not going to take credit for it. It's my dad's, and we have it set up on Darlington Bay on the Winnipeg River. And you go in there, there's just an oil furnace in there, and there's holes. So you actually take the auger into the shack and you drill through there. I mean, the floor's already cut out.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's terrific. And
it is the best way.
In there. There's a stove in there, so you can make your wiener water soup, your tube steak on rye, whatever.
It is the best way to ice fish if you're going to be out there. I agree. In my limited experience of ice fishing, I do not like drilling a hole and sitting on the lake. It's a lot colder than being in the shack with the furnace going and being able to actually have warm food. So I can appreciate that. What do people fish for out here?
Walleye, aka pickerel. That's the big one.
Okay.
Especially if you're going to be consuming said fish. Yes. That's the biggest one. Aside from that, trout, muskie, crappie / crappie, whichever.
Whatever you want to call it.
Also the northern pike. I don't personally like to catch them. My dad calls it the long-nosed trout. They're honestly just slimy and gross, and there's no point. There's no point in it. But they are a good fight. And honestly, Northwestern Ontario is really well known for its fisheries here, and we have a lot of water and a lot of fish.
Fair enough. Surrounded by lakes up here. What's other than fishing? What's your next Kenora selling point? I'm putting you to the test here.
Wow.
We'll see how long this goes for. What's point number 153?
I thought the first one was going to be fishing in a boat, and then B, fishing in the trailer. No,
encompassed it all.
There's so much. I mean, obviously, I'm going to focus a lot on winter right now, only because it's the winter. It doesn't feel like it. The weather's been gorgeous. Yeah. Snow machining, of course, skiing and tubing. What else? Ice skating. Also, one really cool thing, I'm going to give a little shout out to Mosswood Adventures. Vic Moss, she started her own little company here in Kenora, and it's ice biking.
Okay.
You go on the ice and you bike, but it's got little skis in the front. It's so cute. So if you've never tried ice biking, do it. Wow, absolutely.
Okay, we'll go ice biking a try.
Yeah. Aside from that, really, the big thing is fishing right throughout the year. Summertime. Oh, wow. I mean, we have so many festivals going on. The MS Kenora cruise is gorgeous. It's a 3-hour cruise. It brings you all throughout Lake of the Woods and gives you a cool history. And aside from that, visiting our many beaches. Holy man. I kayak to Coney Beach almost every single day. It's great.
It sounds like you're in a lot better shape than me. Ice biking, kayaking. What is snow machining?
Snow machining?
Yes.
Sledding. It's on a snow machine.
It's not what we call it in Saskatchewan.
What do you call it in Saskatchewan?
I think people call it either skidooing,
no.
sledding, or snowmobiling. I've never heard snow machining.
Snow machining, sledding. Sledding?
Snowmobiling.
Sledding?
Skidooing.
As long as you don't say brap. Do you say brap?
No.
Brap, I guess. I don't know. That's a thing. Yeah. So honestly, as you would call it,
Okay.
skidooing. We have great trails, amazing trails here in the region. And what's really cute is we have mini stop signs and there's like mini yield signs, but it's just for the trails.
For the snowmobile trails.
For the skidoos. Yeah.
We call them motor toboggans. We actually do have a sign just outside of Moose Jaw that says no motor toboggans.
No.
I don't know what that is, but
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone actually call it that in my life. But we'll go with motor toboggans or snow machines. That sounds like a snowblower to me. Kim's done. This podcast is over.
No, it's good. And other times, I mean, I'm really close to my family, my mom and my dad. So I'm often over at their place, and they live on the Winnipeg River. So whether it's me helping my dad out, splitting wood or driving the skid steer or,
Yeah. So if you love the outdoors, this is like the place for you.
100%.
If you love the city, you should visit.
Oh no, I'll
Come
do
visit.
little props to here. I mean, the amount of shops, the shopping here is incredible.
Yeah.
Our little hole in the walls, our little nooks, and it's amazing. So
I imagine town probably gets really busy in the summer.
it's ridiculous. It triples, if not quadruples, every summer because of tourism, and that's really what Kenora and Northwestern Ontario thrives on. Is just it's the tourism dollars, really.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And one big thing that I guess you asked earlier, one thing that lures them is the good old chip truck.
What's the chip truck?
The chip truck is where you go get chips, and it's in a truck.
Like potato chips?
You know it.
Okay.
No, not potato chips.
What? What kind of chips? What are
No,
chips?
it's like fries.
Okay.
Like homemade fries, deep
Gotcha.
fried. It's so good. They're the best. I can't remember what they call it. Is it the best in Canada, the best in the world? Probably the best in the world, especially if you ask for extra vinegar and extra salt.
Vinegars? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we're here, we'll try the chip truck
You must.
as well. I love it. There's tons to do here in the wintertime, too, which we found out over the last day, and we'll find out more tomorrow as well.
You
This is
also
fun.
learned that you needed to bring boots.
Yes. I wasn't fully made aware of what to expect before I packed.
Yeah.
I'm looking across the room at manager Doug. No. I didn't fully know what to expect, and then once we were going ice fishing, and I drilled a hole and pulled the water out all over my boots. I went and bought some boots, or my shoes. I went and bought boots before we went to the ski hill, which is probably made climbing up the hill a lot easier. So.
Right. Well, I want to know, we had a lot of fun adventures here in Kenora. And what did you really enjoy? Like, what do you enjoy about it as well yourself, like as a visitor?
It's the whole experience has been fun. I said I'd love to bring my son back out here and take him to the tubing hill. I think he would absolutely love that. I know he wants to try snowboarding as well, so he could get on the snowboard and I could watch him come down the hill. See, I'm not volunteering to go up the hill with him. No. I think this would be a great place to come for like a family getaway. I'd love to come back and visit in the summertime too and see what that's like. So, this is a cool place. And now, so we are here at, this is Brownstone Estates. Sorry, the lake is Black Sturgeon Lake.
This is Black
right?
Sturgeon, yes.
So this is a different lake altogether.
Completely.
Then
Lake of
does
the
it
Woods is
connect
the big
to
one.
the Lake of the Woods? No.
Lake of the Woods is the big one.
Okay.
No.
So you can't like go lake to lake. Okay. I was curious. I was just like, does this connect to the other one? There's just lakes all over is what you're
There's
talking
lakes absolutely everywhere.
This
There's
is-
boats everywhere. There's trees everywhere. And believe it, there are woods on Lake of the Woods.
There are woods
There are
around
woods
Lake of the Woods.
No, in between. There's 14,000 islands on Lake of the Woods.
Again, I think it should be called Lake of the Islands. It's just a better name, but I guess they're not going to change it.
Yeah.
For me.
Honestly, I'm very humbled that we are having this conversation because I think you are an influencer who is is just incredible, and I look up to you. So I want to ask you a question.
Sure.
What am I doing wrong? No. No.
Where do I start?
No, well, and that's kind of the thing. Like, what are something that I can learn from you today?
Probably not much.
All right, then. Good job.
And that's episode. No. It's when people ask advice and stuff, and this is the biggest thing I tell them is to just make whatever you're interested in for your content. Don't worry about what other people are doing, and don't worry about negative comments.
No,
because the more successful you get, the more negative people get. Right.
Yeah.
So, and that can get to people. So that's usually one of the warnings I give people is just ignore the negativity, because it's usually just people who are jealous anyways. I think I've talked about this on every episode of the podcast.
Oh, but
we all deal with it, right? Yeah. Did you deal with it in radio at all?
The odd time.
Yeah.
The odd time.
So what have you noticed? What have you noticed as a difference personally between like radio and now that you're doing this, like just being in town? Is it kind of the same, or have people noticed you more? What's
oh my gosh, the feedback has been outstanding. It has been outstanding. I'm not trying to gloat, but like I can't go to the grocery store or go here down the street or whatnot without someone like, hey Kim, how are you? Oh my God, good to see you, this or that. And I'm like, you know. So I mean, it's great. It's great. I forget what your question was, but I'm going to tell you it's great.
That was more or less. But it's more so than when you were doing radio, which is crazy.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yeah.
I know I found the same thing. Was I did radio for 18 years, but a year of doing this, and oh my goodness, I get recognized everywhere we go.
Well, it's a different medium. Your face is out there, right? Like,
right?
Not always is somebody's going to recognize your voice. So
no, it's true. So it's been one of the fun parts of it, though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what's your dream gig? Like, what's your end game goal? Yeah.
Oh, you're really putting me on the spot.
I know,
here.
Absolutely. That's what I do.
What is my end goal?
Yeah. What's your like dream gig? Just to keep going with this, to blow it up, or is there like a dream retirement you want? What's the dream?
I think to retire doing this would be terrific.
Yeah.
It would be amazing. I'm waiting for my 40 million followers.
Right.
Yeah. Waiting for that. But it's so early to say.
Yeah.
It's so early to say. My dream gig, retirement.
I hope to retire one day.
Yes.
That's mine as well. That's because we're both former radio people.
Exactly, right?
We just hope to retire one day. No, but it just, when you're enjoying what you're doing, you don't have to think about it as much, right? Like, it's just, you love getting to do this and create and meet people, so it doesn't matter.
I do.
Yeah.
And I get to do just the most ridiculous things. Like I said earlier, that creative freedom is just it's a huge thing.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What are you working on now? What's coming up? People should watch for. Put you on the spot.
You really, 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 really are. I've kind of started this new kind of segment. I mean, you're from Northwestern Ontario when?
Okay.
And I don't know if that's going to turn into kind of my niche or not. I'm not sure. But I have a few under my belt right now, which I think anybody that's not from Northwestern Ontario, it's going to make them want to come here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So watch for those.
It's outrageous. And I just, So, I mean, that's my next step. I mean, I haven't made enough money yet to go to Mexico. So,
Gotcha. Get working on that. It was just we're both going to get in trouble when we get off the podcast.
Oh gosh, I'm going to get fired.
Where do people find you again? Where are you online? It's at
Kim Does 807.
Kim Does 807. And that's TikTok, Instagram.
And Facebook.
All
That is
right.
correct. 807 in the area code.
There we go.
Get it?
Well, I look forward to getting to do some more fun stuff tomorrow. I know this podcast is going to come out after we've done all the other stuff. I think we're going snowmobiling tomorrow. Is that right? Sorry, snow machining.
Going sledding,
Yes.
skidooing.
Right.
Yes, we are.
So,
Yes, we are.
so that's
And we're going to try that ice bike thing.
Oh, right. Yes.
And we get to try the ice bikes.
Yeah, so that might be interesting if I make it to skidooing. No, it's been fun having you on. And everybody go check out Kim. I'm Leroy. This is Kim. There's always something to do.